Hey there, Stampers, and thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to be creating what I think is one of the most beautiful cards ever. I am just so wowed by this. It uses the Blossom Petals Punch, framed tulip embossing folder, simple elegance. Let's get started. The texture on our petals is the Vintage Wallpaper Impressions folder. We're going to do that before we punch. You're going to take some Concord Crush, I love this color, put it in a folder, sandwich that folder between two cutting pads, and place that on tab 1 of the multi-purpose cutting platform and crank it to the big shot. And when you open that up, oh, it's already gorgeous and we haven't even started yet. We're going to need to punch 8 of the large petals. I needed a 1/4 of a sheet and an 1/8 of a sheet. And we'll take the matching Concord Crush ink pad. We're going to add a little tone on tone using the brayer. So I'm going to take that brayer and I'm going to roll it in the Concord Crush ink pad. You'll notice I'm lifting here. Roll, lift, roll, lift, roll, lift. Getting it good and coated, and then I'm going to roll it out. How striking that is. It just pops right off at you. You'll want to do that to all of the cardstock that you're going to punch. And then you're going to take your Blossom Petals Punch, slide your cardstock in, and punch. And you're going to want 8 of those. So you want to try to make the most of your paper as you're punching. So you want 8 petals total. Next we'll be taking the brand new Textured Impressions folder, Framed Tulips. This is in the Occasions mini catalog. And a panel of our crumb cake. You want to line that up with the frame. Shut your folder. Sandwich our folder between 2 cutting pads. Place on tab 1 of the multi-purpose cutting platform and crank through. And when we're done, we have this gorgeous frame. Isn't that awesome? It's so cool. What will they come up with next? Oh, I almost forgot our leaves. While we have our punch out, we want to do 2 old olive leaves. I'm going to stamp the word friend from the Euro Gem stamp set on the lower right-hand corner. And then we'll use snail adhesive on the back of the 4 flat petals to lay them out. And I'm going to start on the side for my positioning. The first 2 will go straight across and they're in the middle. The next 2 will lay out vertically. So it looks like this. Then I'm going to put some snail on the back of a little scrap of the Victoria crocheted lace. And just position that right underneath this petal and go right around the back. And for our 4 top petals, I'm going to take the bone folder and very gently give them this little bend. Give them a little bit of character. Don't want to be too rough there. And these will attach with some Stampin' Up! Mini glue dots. And I put the mini glue dot up here towards the base of the petal. And they go right in those spaces left by the original petals. And then using either the snail or the mini glue dot adhesive for the leaves, place them underneath. Oh my gosh, isn't that awesome? I'll be using antique brads for the center. And what I found was instead of poking through, I bent down the prongs. And these were very soft prongs, so they were easy to bend down. I just found it easier to attach this more like a button using a Stampin' Dimensional. So stick 1 Stampin' Dimensional on the back so it doesn't show through, and then press that in the center. I love it. And to attach this to our card base, we're going to take 4 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back for a little height, and then I put that tone on a crumb cake base. And our card is complete. Isn't this just breathtaking? And here it is with a different vintage brad. Thanks for joining me today.